everybody, welcome back to Around the Emirates podcast with Sara Mousa, rice pizza guest from Rakasawi about topics you want to hear about. Today I'm joined by the amazing Manahil. Hi, Manahil.
Hi. So glad to be here.
So glad to have you here. So, guys, Manahil is founder of an amazing platform called Your Story Quest, and essentially, she is creating something amazing for people in the UAE. She is somebody who is helping brands and the community come and have an online digital presence, helping people build out their stories, and just being that amazing person that brings the community together. I love it. I love it.
Oh, thank you. You got it so right. I love it.
It's almost like this is my
Ah, a million podcasts in, so obviously.
so. Please, Manahil, tell me your story and what got you started into this whole new world.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me firstly, Sarah. So I'm a Dubai kid. I've been here my whole life. I grew up watching everything being made here. So for me, building Story Quest has just been a natural progression in my career. I'm a marketing professional. I was in corporate for about 6.5 years. I did the thing that you guys see online, quit your 9 to 5 and then start your own thing. That's what I did. So here I'm telling you what that looks like in reality, unfiltered version. So basically, I was in corporate for 6.5 years. I have always done marketing. My background in educationally is also in marketing. I studied that in Malaysia. Then I came here, and the I think the hook of my story is that I came 6 months before COVID. So I started my career, and then I lost my job. So then I entered into a world that didn't exist anymore for marketers, and I was in events actually. So the event landscape kind of changed right after COVID. So I really had to pivot pretty much as soon as I got into the job market. So I think the main baseline of what I do today is over adaptability. I've had to adapt so fast, so quick, every step of the way that now, even now, when I try to build with clients or my work, it's all about how I can be agile and how I can do new things that can actually provide value to the people, surroundings, and obviously my country, which is Dubai, and which is UAE. So currently, like my storyline is around helping people find their stories. So hence the word story quest. I help brands now build effective stories, vulnerable stories, stories that connect. Because if you have lived in UAE, you'll see that the ones that are successful are the ones that are creating impact by effective storytelling. And on the side of that, the reason I've started Dubai Circle is to help people find community. Because I think one thing that I've realized is you can't share effectively if you don't feel supported. And UAE is a diverse place where there's lots of people. It is sometimes very challenging to find your people here. Dubai Circle is a community that I have run under different names before, but today now it has become the Dubai Circle because I consider Dubai to be my home. So it's basically people who are finding home in a city together. We come together twice a week. At the moment, it's only online. The hope is for it to go in person. The idea behind that is you come, you share, you listen. You don't have to perform, you don't have to be anybody. Nobody cares where you come from. Nobody cares what profession you have. Nobody cares about what value you bring. You're just there to be part of the calls and have a place to come back to every 2 weeks, no matter what's happening in your life. You lose your job, you lose your anything, you change areas, cities, you still got those people to be with. So that's the in a nutshell of what I'm doing currently.
That's amazing. That's such a cool thing to do. It's something that brings people together in a very easy, low budget way. And it's something that
Yeah,
brings
exactly.
so much happiness and hope to people. And obviously, I mean, you've started off talking a little bit about moving here just before COVID and the
Yep.
challenges that came with being terminated or losing your job because of COVID.
Yep.
What other challenges did you come across when it came to building kind of your platform, and how did you kind of resolve those?
Oh wow. So I had worked in a very, very corporate job. I come from a hospitality background. So it's like a in-person 9 hours a day kind of job with lots of different people, lots of hierarchy, lots of managers, and a huge 100, people team, right? So I come from that background to leave that behind and then to work 9 to 5, no, not 9 to 5, solo on my own brand has been a complete shift, not just physically, but mentally, psychologically, and in all forms, basically the challenges that I've had to face is one, I think the external. Nobody tells you to do this. People are just like, why are you leaving your stable job behind? Like, it's good, it's paying this, it's career growth, and now you're manager, so you'll become this and you'll become that. And what about like X and what about Y? And at your age, you shouldn't be doing that. You can do that maybe later. And so you hear a lot of noise. And I had definitely had that when I was going through that, which is everybody was telling me otherwise. including people at work. They're like, don't leave. It's okay. Like, you could do that. You could do it on the side. And I always was. Like, I always had different projects, different things here and there because I wanted more for myself.
Yeah.
My corporate jobs were great for stability, but not stimulating for my mind. I wanted more. I wanted to create impact. I wanted to do stuff that made a change, made someone actually feel like, wow, I'm proud of doing this. Even within my jobs, I used to do campaigns that were really wacky and stuff. And I was like, let's do this. And it wasn't always like the best thing. That's probably why I had to go my way, but that's where my natural calling was. So I think that was one of the biggest challenges to like not listen to that and be very, in many ways risky and say, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this. So when I did it, I think very practically. I had savings, which is very important. I had a certain amount of clients that I had already worked on. I had my marketing stuff in order, which is really important. Like I was out there already. I wasn't just like, oh, I'm gonna start now. I was already building before I left my job. So the challenges that came after is realizing that you don't have a paycheck anymore and what that looks like. So
Pretty
when
big.
you don't have a paycheck anymore, lifestyle changes, uh, your friendships change, people around you, your priorities change. Like I used to do a lot of things before, and I don't do those anymore because not just because I have other things to do, but just because my priorities have shifted, and I'm very inclined to the new work that I'm doing. So as my priorities changed, I started coming up with new things. Like the Dubai Circle is one of them, which is like now that I'm around clients so much, around other people, around, creatives as well, what can I do other than what I do for my work that can be helpful? So you start becoming very creative. And so, which is, I guess, the biggest pro of working for yourself. You become highly creative. It's like, oh, what else can I do? Because nobody can stop you. You can
I
do
love,
whatever you want, right?
I love
So
that.
just
I love that.
start anything that you want. Yeah.
It's beautiful though that you've done something that you actually have such passion for, and something that, I mean, I'm sure that you've had so many kind of crazy and wild experiences as you've kind of gone through
Yeah.
this process. And I'm really curious, what's your kind of favorite story that you want to share with me today?
Ooh, which one? What type? Client, personal? Oh, okay. I think the story I can share is I'll actually put in something else I do as well outside of Dubai Circle, which is a really interesting story. It's about an opportunity that I didn't know it was going to be such a life-changing opportunity. So right around the time I had lost my job in COVID, or briefly after that, I came across an email that looked very cryptic, and they were looking for some event support staff type of thing. And I was like, at that time, I really wanted to get some work. So I was like, okay, it doesn't look very real, but okay, let me just send my stuff in. That email happened to be for the organization that now I'm an advocate for. It's called FAME. It stands for Fashion, Art, Music, and Entertainment. And they are an inclusive showcase for people of determination in the UAE. And I had no idea what that is about. Okay. And believe me, when I was joining, I was like, I don't know what kind of event this is. I don't even know. And I ended up having the call. We started. They were the most lovely people I met in my life at that time, especially peak COVID, right? Like it was really everybody's still wearing masks and stuff. And then I just joined as an event support. And fast forward, I'm gonna skip a bit, fast forward 6 years. I have done every role under the sun with them. I joined as an event support. I became their marketing strategist. I helped them launch a hub, which is basically a studio class for people of determination to learn these artistic ability skills. I did a lot of their HR stuff, the admin stuff, the uh, teaching as well. I teach dance there now. I've
Cool.
done everything because I just love the concept. And it's been what, 5 years now? We've done 5 shows, very similar, many different community events. And the reason behind this story is that if you told me back then that that little email that I had, by the way, ignored for 1 week would turn into something that has become such a big part of my life, to the point where this is the second podcast I'm talking about it, I wouldn't believe you, because at that point I was like, what is this? Like I'm only getting bad rejections or bad, like random no
Yeah.
name places. And now I'm part of it. Now I'm doing things with them. Now I'm talking about them in podcasts, clearly, because they've had such a huge impact on me. That's the only constant I've had throughout my career progression. So even though I was in nine to fives, I went to being self-employed. Fame is something that's a passion thing. Like I love that idea, that concept, the founders, the family, the community, huge. I'm very big on community, as you can tell. So
Okay.
I got really immersed into it. So that's my big story of, hey, if you get an email for something that looks a bit dodgy, you never know. It could be life-changing.
Love that. But it's so cool that you were able to kind of almost put your own persona into it and your own kind of love into it. It wasn't just like a something that was like on the side for you, but you were able to actually bring some of your own fun character into it, which is it's so cool. And I think it's so
Absolutely.
important to do that in whatever your time and your energy is so valuable, and to be able to put your time and energy into something like that that is like kind of a piece or a part of you in a positive way. Like that is something
Yep,
I think the community really underestimates. And this is
absolutely.
definitely something that that takes me to my final question for you today, Manahil. You've talked a little bit about adaptability, especially in tough times. You've talked about being open to kind of your priorities shifting when it comes to things that make you happier in life. Is there any kind of
Yep.
word of advice you want to give to listeners today?
Ooh, it's hard to choose from, but I'll base my advice on my story. I think I'm a new entrepreneur, and I think the thing that is constantly behind me in my brain when things are low, things are not looking good, you don't know whether you're going the right way or is this for you? The big question is find your why.
Mm,
You should very, very aware of why you do what you do. Not everybody that does something is doing it for the same purpose you're doing it. And this is so important when it comes to jobs, entrepreneurship, community stuff. There's people who do all of those things, but their whys are totally different from yours. So really, really, my biggest advice is be very understanding of what your why is and own it. Like, don't try to change your why. Your why is your why, and you don't need to justify it. So, why you do those things, that's what's going to keep you going. That's it.
well, why not?
Why not?
Wait, that's awesome. Thank you so much
Love that.
for your time and showing your amazing
Thank
story.
you so much.
It's yeah, it's been really amazing. Just I'm just sitting here listening to you and I'm like, wow, like she's badass. Like I love that. So honestly, thank you
I
so
love you. No, I'm so happy to be meeting you. I've been seeing your podcast and to be here finally, it's so sweet. I love it. Thank you so much for being so open.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. And yeah, I guess people can find you on Instagram as at Dubai at your story quest. That's
Your
the
story quest. Yes.
okay,
At
awesome.
your story quest, connect with me, join the community if you like. It's in my link. Message me. I'm the one who manages that account. So, I will be the right person. If you have a question, ask me. No problem.
Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.